All right, guys, so we're actually having a pretty fairly nice day here in North Alabama. It got pretty warm today, but the humidity's been down and it's just kind of felt like fall. And it's just got me in the mood to kind of get outside and do a few things. So one thing I like to do in the fall and when the air gets a little crisp is smoke me a little pipe here. Now I'm not a pipe smoker. I just sort of ran up on these one day in an antique shop looking for knives, and I thought, man, that'd be kind of cool, you know. And I actually got my dad into it as well. But I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't dip tobacco, I don't do anything except every once in a while I'll have a cigar or a tobacco pipe. So this is a Dr. Graybo. I don't really think there's much special about it. It's called a freehand. You might can see that right there on the stem. But yeah, it's just kind of randomly carved, and it's got these spots on both sides where they left a circle. I've had some really nice ones over the years, but the cat actually got up on top of the cabinet and knocked my whole stand of pipes over, busted a bunch of nice pipes, and it just made me sick, and I've only got a couple now. But I'm gonna light this. It might take a second or two because, like I said, I'm not real good at it. And then I got some things I want to show y'all, some things I've received from some members of the community. So let me see if I can get this thing lit. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Woo, that's strong. All right, I'm just smoking some old cheap stuff I got in the store. Anyway, just something cool to do. So yeah, I have been extremely blessed lately. I received a couple of slips, and these things are just amazing, guys. I don't have near as many slips as a lot of you guys do, but the ones I have are really nice. And the first one I want to show y'all, the one I got first out of the group, is this belt sheath from SD Leatherworks. Guys, I had seen where Miss Sarah had acquired a slip sort of like this at an estate sale, I think, or somewhere like that, or maybe it was a box of stuff she won on auction. But this is a belt sheath, as you can see. You got your belt loop, very heavy ounce leather, very well secured right here. Beautiful, beautiful stitching, and she's got my initials right here. Actually, my name is Wesley. I get called Wes. But my initials are WES, Wesley Eric Stump. So it's kind of neat that my name works out like that, but she's got that stamped on there, so it personalized it. Her maker's mark is in the back right here. And I tell you what, this thing was made for a copper lock. I've got my beautiful, beautiful Stag Grail copper lock right here in this sheath. And this thing is simply amazing. I've kind of conditioned the leather a little bit. It was a little bit tight to begin with, you know, and a copper lock would go in there, would be hard to get out. I've actually been using a full-size trapper and letting it sit in there and actually form so that there's a little bit of slip there and I can easily draw this knife out. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. So impressed. So impressed. I mean, the stitching is absolutely gorgeous. Miss Sarah just does an excellent job. I mean, highly recommend her work. The next one I'll show you right here comes from Michael Richter. If y'all haven't seen, he does these gun holster slips that I think are just absolutely incredible. What a cool idea. what an absolutely cool idea to make a slip look like a gun holster. When I first saw he did these, I thought maybe it was just a one-off thing. I didn't know if he would do productions of them. And I had reached out to him and told him how cool I thought this was. And then several months later, I was admiring one again that he had a knife of his in, and he said, buddy, I'm gonna make you one of those. And I was like, are you serious? And he said, yep, I'm gonna make you one. So here it is. I've been carrying it. This one's also made for a copper lock. As y'all know, I'm a huge copper lock, just a huge copper lock enthusiast. I am at 29 right now, thanks to another addition from Kent Smith, but I'm at 29 copper locks right now. I need to pick up one more, don't I? But this one here was made for a copper lock. I've got a banger of a knife. Sorry. I've got a banger of a copper lock in this slip right here. Dark molasses saw cut. Look how fat this thing is. Y'all may not think much of it when I show it to you like this, but this is by far the fattest bone handled copper lock that I own. And it's just a killer knife. That was also a trade with Big J, so shouting out Big J and Miss Sarah right here in this video. But yeah, this gun holster slip, I call this the 6-gun slip. I don't know what Michael calls it, but I call it the 6-gun slip, and I think it is just absolutely cool. It's going to take the shape of this copper lock real nice. You can already see, and I've only carried this in my pocket a few times. This is a leather that he explained to me was actually finished on both sides, so it's not supposed to, y'all know how sometimes that rough inside will mar your bolsters and stuff up. He says this one should probably not do that as bad. But got his maker's mark right there, big, huge, round stamp. On the back side, you see handmade and a little cowboy head. I just don't have enough great things to say about this. Absolutely awesome. The third huge blessing I've received right here lately. Me and Kent Smith, we do a lot of trading. We met each other the other day. Proud to call him a dear friend. I actually missed the case event, and we had a case event here. Georgia was there. Obviously Kent Smith was there. Travis, the case guy, I believe, showed up. Just several guys from nearby. And I was planning on going. I even had the wife excited because she loves to go in those old-timey mercantile stores and hardware stores and stuff. And I even had her excited to go. And it's this time of year, as most of y'all know, we're approaching school starting back. And my son, he turned 16 last year. I wasn't really able to put him in a vehicle right away, but if y'all hear those goats screaming, my boy has two goats back here in the back. But anyway, my son was left a pickup truck by his grandfather, my father-in-law, and I sort of put it off a little bit too far, and it got down close to being time to go back to school, and he was kind of looking forward to having that truck ready to go to school. And I literally put every minute of my time and every extra dime I had into getting that truck going. And it actually gave me some trouble. We had some issues. It turned out to be something really simple and stupid. Something I would have never even thought about was the problem when getting it running. But tires and fuel pump, new coil, I threw all kinds of parts at this thing before I finally got it going. So when it came down to that Saturday for that case event, I just had to make a decision. It was either stay home, and I actually worked that day and came home and worked all afternoon on that boy's truck. And so sometimes you just have to prioritize, you know. I really was looking forward to going to that event. I wanted to meet some of these other guys and hang out with Kent some more. But you know, some of us just have to make a call sometimes. The hobby is not the most important thing. So I missed the case event, and Kent, he went, and I don't know if he bought this knife at the case event or he said something about a knife show. So I'm not real sure where it came from, but Kent told me to be checking my mailbox. He said, I got something headed your way. And I said, oh, Kent, man, you didn't have to do that. Kent's a very gracious guy. He's just a real stand-up guy. He has an awesome collection. If you're not following Kent Smith on Instagram, you're missing out, because he has vintage knives, like some actually old vintage stuff. He has stuff that's not quite as old, but he has an eye for nice pocket knives, and he has a great collection he shares on there daily. And he also does extremely fine leather work himself. KJ Leatherworks is the name of his company. He made me this slip a while back, and you see it's got the DCO for Doom Crew Outdoors. This is a very heavy ounce leather too. It has taken forever. I mean, I've carried this thing forever, and it's just barely getting some patina, and the corners are starting to roll. But you talk about a sturdy slip, and this is also, once again, another copper lock slip. I carry a copper lock about every day, so that's just about all my slips are formed to a copper lock. But Kent sent me this absolute banger of a copper lock, and I don't even know what to say. I mean, total surprise. He said this thing had my name all over it, and I actually don't have one in this particular red. I've got a dark red that is actually just like one my dad carried when I was younger, so it's special, but it's like a really dark, almost a mahogany color. This one here's a little bit lighter. I believe I dated this to 2001. Just an absolutely killer piece. Just gorgeous, pocket worn. I'm not sure exactly what they call this color because I didn't get a box with this knife. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Man, I love it. This just made my entire week. I love a copper lock so much. I mean, the profile, that profile, you just can't hardly beat that. I don't care what you say, you just can't beat that clip point and that copperhead style bolster. You know, everybody knows it acts like a choil. Get your finger there. If you really want to do some fine work, you can probably put your finger there if you weren't being too crazy. I've got a huge hand. I mean, this is a full-size copper lock, and my pinky almost hangs off, but it's still a perfect 4-finger grip. And yeah, I just absolutely love the copper lock. I've told it before, I bought a copper lock as kind of the gateway knife that got me into collecting. Was the Harvest Orange copper lock that I picked up on eBay. And it was just, I knew my dad carried one. He doesn't have his anymore. He lost it, which is a shame. He thought he knew where it was, and then when he looked there, he couldn't find it. But he had, like I said, the dark red, and when I was a kid, I just thought it was such a beast of a knife, you know. I remember being almost too weak to depress the back lock there, but when I grew up, I started collecting knives. The copper lock was the first one I bought. Then I bought a bunch of other stuff, you know, and I have always circled back to a copper lock. So just really cool. Just a huge shout out to Kent Smith, a huge shout out to Miss Sarah Denon, that's Big J's wife. She's on Instagram too. I don't think she does a whole lot of YouTube, but she's on there. You can tag her and stuff, but she is just killing it with this leather, guys, because she hasn't even been doing it that long, and her stuff is every bit as good as anyone else's. And then once again, huge shout out to Richter. The 6-gun slip is just freaking sweet, man. So let me show these again. Miss Sarah's belt sheath. I've been wearing shorts and stuff to work. I know that sounds crazy because I'm a machinist. You don't think I'd wear shorts to work, but it gets so hot in there, and the kind of work that I do, I'm a manual machinist, but I guess I probably should be wearing pants, but they'll let you wear shorts, so I have been because it's so hot. So I haven't been really wearing this as much, but I guarantee you when the fall and the winter comes around and I'm wearing jeans again, this is going to be an absolutely everyday piece right here on the belt. This one here, same way, it's probably going to ride in the pocket. This is the kind of thing where I'll carry, you know, this belt sheath and a knife sometimes in my pocket. And while I'm at it, we'll just go ahead and shout out Kent Smith again on his leather work. Like I said, this is a very formidable slip right here. This thing is going to protect your knife, but yet still keep your knife flat in your pocket. That's the thing I like about slips. I just like the way it keeps the knife flat in your pocket. But just really blessed this week and last week too. I just can't say enough kind words about these folks. The last thing I'm going to show you, I'll let my pipe die so it's gone. Maybe I'll fire it up here in a second. The last thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite for a second. I'm not a China knife guy. I won't make any bones about it. I don't really care about anything China made. Say what you want. I know that half the products in my house were made in China, but if I can buy a product from the United States of America as opposed to one from China, I'm going to do it. But I'm fixing to be a hypocrite, and I'm going to show you a Chinese knife I bought. I got this bad boy right here off of eBay. I'm a huge Mossberg shotgun fanatic. I have several Mossberg shotguns. And I found this guy. This is a knockoff K-bar. But Mossberg branded this and put this out. Now, like I said, it's from China. Says so right here, and I hate it, but okay. This thing came from China, but it was branded by Mossberg, and I gave in and I bought this silly thing for 20 bucks. But I want you to check out the stacked leather handle. It used to be, actually it used to be a brighter leather, and it looked a little bit better than it does now. But as I handled it and sharpened it, because it didn't come real sharp, but I handled it and sharpened it, I got a lot of oils off my hands, and it's taken up and darkened up that stacked leather handle. But it's a tang through design. I don't care anything about these serrations right here, because everybody knows serrations are hard or impossible to sharpen. But like I said, for 20 bucks, I just kind of had to have it. I actually have two other Mossberg branded bone handled trapper knives that that are also China made that I couldn't pass up, because I got those for ridiculous deals. They're like $10 and $12 knives. Matter of fact, I might have only gave $8 for that last one. I'll show all three of these one day, but I just grabbed this one to throw in this video because it was a new addition. But I took this thing out, chopped some corn stalks with it. I've got it pretty sharp. I had it where it would shave the hair off my leg. And yeah, I would chop some corn stalks down with it. Everything seems to be holding up well. Like I said, it's built pretty much like a K-bar. I'm sure the steel is just some old generic stainless. I'm sure the steel is not great. But if we're being honest, I kind of bought this more or less as a prop or just something to bang around in the woods with. But the sheath is nothing to write home about. I think it's real leather, but it's just some really cheap stuff. But yeah, it goes in there pretty good. I actually took and put this "Don't Tread on Me" bead on there because I'm not a huge fan of beads and lanyards on knives, but I kind of do like them on sheaths and slips and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that, guys. Just some new stuff that I haven't gotten to show. I'm sorry, I'm rocking this camera all around. But it was a great day today. It feels great out here. The sun's about to go down. I probably need to go ahead and end this video. But I just want to shout these guys out and just kind of show my appreciation right here on YouTube and show y'all this stuff. And just in the comments, let me know what you think about it. And tell me what you think about these guys' leather work mostly. That's what this video is about, was this leather work and that gift from Kent, which I dearly appreciate. I really do. So y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch you on the next one.